freshly poured, and more than just another day begins behind the glass. Sunlight leans on cafe walls in quiet golden streams. It paints the tables soft and warm like dreams that gently come to life without a single rush. When morning blossoms here, the air feels bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like hope before our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano moves in steady steps, light, deliberate, kind. Each chord opens up a space inside where thoughts can stretch and grow without the weight of doubt. Her voice arrives like early light, warm but never loud. It lifts the corners of the room, allowed to breathe a little more than yesterday had done. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here. The bass walks softly through the groove, measured, calm, precise. It anchors every hopeful line so nice beneath the gentle swing of brushes on the snare. Brush drums trace a tender pulse like footsteps in the sun. They keep the motion smooth and light as one, with every rising chord and softly swaying beat. Outside the window, passing smiles reflect in polished glass. The city wakes in softer tones as hours slowly pass. No urgency, no weight, just quiet forward motion. A notebook opens on the desk, its blank page bright and white. The melody suggests a start inside where focus meets the light, and inspiration grows. The air feels new, forgiving, clear, as if the world reset. The harmony begins to bloom, and let each steady, patient thought unfold without restraint. Morning settles into flow, not loud, not overstated, just steady warmth and simple swing, created for hands that write and build, for minds that wish to rise. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here. The coffee cools, the light remains. Be at the bye. Morning spills across the room in quiet golden waves, a porcelain cup of warmth and steam that saves the hush before the rush of footsteps down the street. It feels like something new has gently found its place. Sunlight dances on the glass in patterns soft and thin. It traces little lines pushes past the walls like petals in the wind, a steady, calm embrace that never tries too hard. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, the bass walks forward with a smile. Rounded, soft and deep, its steady pulse beneath the keys will keep the balance of the groove secure and gently strong, like footsteps on a path that leads toward clear skies. Shimmer lightly now, in quiet upward swing they trace a subtle silver line that brings momentum without weight and movement without strain. A lift beneath the tone that keeps the heart awake. Outside the morning traffic hums in soft and distant waves, but here the rhythm feels contained and brave, enough to stay its course without the need to race. A sanctuary of sound in early cafe light. A notebook opens wide and clean, its pages bright and still. The melody suggests a start at will, where scattered thoughts align and focus gently blooms. The tempo steady, kind and easy to remain. The air feels clear and possible, like something yet unwritten. The harmony begins to glow unbidden, encouraging each line to find its honest shape without the push of doubt or fear of being late. A quiet smile crosses faces at tables near the window. The sunlight warms the wooden floor below, everything feels simple in rhythm and in tone, as if the day decided to begin with grace. The chords rise slightly, never sharp, just brighter than before. A gentle lift within the swing and more of that inviting warmth that keeps the focus steady, not hurried, not too slow, but perfectly awake. A breeze moves softly through the room, carrying roasted scent of coffee beans and early plans well meant. The melody supports each thoughtful, steady move without distractions, pull or restless inner noise. The sunlight climbs along the wall, yet still remains so kind. The rhythm holds its hopeful arc, aligned with quiet concentration and calm inspired thought. It builds without a rush and blooms without demand. The morning finds its steady pace unfolding line by line. The music keeps the forward glow in time, with hands that write and build, with minds that gently rise. A soft but certain lift into the waiting day. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the cup grows light, the day begins. chimney sending steam like rain that rises rather than falls in slow, translucent waves. The morning feels prepared to open something new. Sunbeams stretch along the floor in careful golden lines. They trace the edges of the chairs and signs of yesterday's long hours, now softened into calm. A gentle forward breath begins to shape the day. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano steps into the light with lifted, easy grace. Each chord unfolding patiently in place, not rushing past the thought, but holding it with care until it finds its shape and settles into flow. Her alto voice arrives with warmth, smooth, rounded, sincere. It threads between the waking sounds we hear and smooths the sharper edges of early scattered doubt, like petals drifting down in quiet cafe air. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, da 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 doo da 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 da. Oh, the bass begins its walking line, steady, calm, assured. A gentle pulse beneath the keys, assured. It keeps the ground beneath the lifting melody, so nothing floats too far from thoughtful concentration. Da 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 da. The brush drums shimmer light and thin like wind against the glass. They color every rising chord as pass. The minutes without strain or pressure to perform, just movement without weight and rhythm without rush. Outside the city stirs awaken soft and distant tones, but here the swing remains contained in zones of focus and of warmth that do not ask for speed. A sanctuary of sound for steady morning work. A notebook opens slowly, now its blank page calm and wide. The harmony suggests a start inside, where scattered lines align and find their balanced pace. The tempo firm but kind, encouraging the first word. The sunlight climbs a little more, yet never turns too sharp. It keeps its gentle upward glow, a spark of optimism, bright but never overwhelming, just enough to lift the corners of the mind. The chords grow slightly fuller now, not louder, just more warm. They bloom beneath the steady swing and form, a quiet architecture of focus and of ease that carries every thought without a single push. A subtle smile crosses faces at tables near the glass. The rhythm keeps its even stride as pass. The seconds into minutes, unnoticed and serene. Time feels like open space instead of something chased. The basin brushes intertwine in patient conversation. They give the melody a frame and station, where inspiration rests before it steps ahead. A calm but certain lift into creative motion. The morning deepens into flow, not hurried, not restrained. The harmony sustains its arc, maintained with quiet confidence that builds without despair. gentle rise toward clarity and light. The room feels brighter than before, yet still completely calm. The swing continues soft and sure, a balm for wandering attention or restless drifting thought. It gathers them with care and sets them into place. The day stands waiting at the door, but does not press inside. The music holds the present hour's guide, where focus meets delight and effort feels like ease. A soft but steady bloom of morning into motion. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the steam fades slow, the light stays warm. Petals of light on the table, through glass both white and clear. A porcelain cup releases steam so near. The wooden grain beneath hold warmth from early sun, and morning finds its shape in quiet cafe air. Golden lines along the floor in patient angled beams, they brush the edges of the chairs like dreams. Not urgent, not too bold, but gently sure and bright, as if the day decided to begin without a rush. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano leans into the swing with lifted, easy grace, each chord unfolding patiently in place. A comfort and embrace of rhythm soft but sure, encouraging the mind to settle into flow. Her alto voice arrives in bloom, warm, rounded, alive. It threads between the steady chords and thrives in sunlight-colored tone that never feels too strong, just bright enough to lift the quiet of the room. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, the bass continues steady steps, measured, calm, assured. Its walking line beneath the keys secured. It anchors every rise of melody above, so nothing drifts too far from grounded inspiration. Brush drums shimmer in soft arcs, like breeze across the leaves. They carry gentle forward motion with ease. No pressure, no display, just pulse that feels alive. A subtle rising wave beneath creative thought. Outside the morning traffic hums in softened distant waves, but here the rhythm stays contained and saves the quiet inner space where focus likes to bloom. A sanctuary of swinging golden cafe light. A notebook opens to a page so clean and open wide. The harmony suggests a start inside where scattered eyes areas meet and settle into line, encouraged by the flow of steady walking bays. The sunlight climbs along the wall, yet keeps its gentle hue. It warms the edges of the room, and you can feel a subtle lift within each passing chord, a calm but steady bloom of morning into work. The chords grow fuller for a breath, then settle back to light. They color every hopeful line just right, without demanding speed or forcing sudden change. The swing remains intact and perfectly at ease. A quiet laugh from nearby tables blends into the groove. It floats across the wooden floor and moves without disturbing calm or breaking steady pace. Just proof that joy can live inside focused intention. The bass and brushes intertwine in gentle dialogue. They build a structure for the day, a log of patient rising bars that guide each thoughtful step, from early hesitation toward quiet clarity. The air feels lighter than before, as if it learned to glow. The melody sustains its arc and grows in confidence and warmth without a single rush. Each measure softly shaped by careful upward swing. The light reflects in polished cups, in shifting amber tones. The rhythm keeps its hopeful stride. It owns a balance bright and calm between delight and depth, where effort feels like ease and work becomes a dance. The morning reaches steady height, yet never turns too loud. The music holds the present hour unbowed, a gentle upward bloom of focus and of grace, where sunlight meets the page and blossoms into thought. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the spoon grows still, the day moves on. Where the sun finds the page in soft ascending light, a cup of coffee warms the air so bright. The wooden table gleams in honey-colored glow, and morning gently leans into the waiting room. A beam of gold across the floor in patient angled lines. It brushes past the quiet chairs and signs of yesterday's long hours, now softened into ease. The rhythm starts to breathe with steady rising pulse. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, patiently inside of hands that start to write or sketch or softly plan, encouraged by the flow of balanced harmony. Her alto voice moves through the space, warm, tender, alive. It brightens every measured line and drives a hopeful undertone without becoming bold, just steady upward warmth and polished cafe air. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow when morning blossoms here. The bass walks forward, smooth and sure, in rounded morning tone. It steadies every hopeful chord, well known for keeping lift in check and grounding subtle rise. A quiet pulse beneath creative concentration. While brush drums scatter gentle taps like sunlight on the leaves, they frame the edges of the swing with ease. No sharp or sudden break, just motion soft and kind, a forward glowing line through calm inspired thought. Outside a cyclist passes by in soft and distant blur. The city wakes but does not shout or stir. The rhythm holds its ground inside the sunlit room, a haven built of tone and careful upward flow. A planner opens to the week, its margins clean and wide. The harmony suggests a start inside, where structure meets delight and purpose finds its pace. The tempo firm but fair and quietly alive. The sunlight climbs a little more and warms the polished wood. The melody sustains its arc as good as any gentle guide through focus morning hours. It blooms without demand or pressure to perform. The chords expand for just a breath, then settle back again. They color every thoughtful move and then return to steady swing in balanced upward tone. No rush to reach the peak, just patience in the rise. A subtle nod from nearby seats blends softly with the groove. The rhythm feels communal and moves without disturbing calm or breaking concentration. Just quiet shared momentum in golden morning light. The bass and brushes keep their line in careful conversation. They hold the structure of the song, a station for every waking thought to gather and align with clarity and warmth and measured inner calm. The air feels clear and promising, as if the world reset. The harmony continues bright and set on, lifting steady minds toward gentle inspiration. Each bar a rising step in patient, hopeful swing. The page begins to fill with lines more certain than before. The music stays beside the hand and pours a calm, persistent light across the written words. So effort feels like bloom instead of weight or strain. The morning finds its perfect tone, not loud, not overstated. The rhythm holds the open, out created for focus space wrapped in warmth and motion, free from haste, where sunlight meets the page and blossoms into work. Oh, when morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the pages turn, the light stays bright. Begin again across the cafe floor, a quiet cup of warmth and steam at door, where early rising thought that waits without a rush. The sunlight spills its calm in honey-colored waves. Morning gathers in the glass in soft and shining threads. It traces gentle arcs of light that spread across the wooden grain and polished window frames. A quiet upward bloom without dramatic rise. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano steps into the groove, confident yet light, each chord unfolding patiently and right, encouraging the mind to stretch without restraint, to find its steady pace within the gentle swing. Her voice moves warm and luminous, rounded, smooth, alive. It floats above the walking bass and thrives in brightness softly held, never sharp or bold, a golden thread of tone through quiet concentration. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws its near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, the day continues calm and sure, measured step by step. It grounds each hopeful melody and keeps the balance in the rise, so nothing lifts too high, just steady forward glow beneath creative thought. Drums shimmer, feather light like wind across the leaves. They frame the steady pulse beneath with ease. No crash or sudden turn, just motion clear and kind. A subtle guiding lift in every rising bar. Outside the city hums awake in softened, distant sound, but here the rhythm holds its ground. Swing, a haven built of tone for focused morning work in calm illuminated air. Journal opens to a page so open, fresh and wide. Harmony suggests a line inside, where scattered thoughts align and settle into flow. The tempo firm but fair and gently optimistic. Send like lines a little more, yet never turns too sharp. It keeps its glowing upward arc, a spark of confidence and calm without dramatic flair. seats blend softly with the groove. The rhythm feels communal and moves without disturbing calm or breaking concentration. Just shade attentive flow in luminous cafe air. The bass and brushes intertwine in patient conversation. They build a structure for the day. A station where inspiration rests before it gently rises. A calm, persistent pulse supporting every thought. The air feels bright and promising as if the world reset. The harmony continues warm and set on lifting steady minds toward clear inspired lines. Each bar a careful bloom of morning into motion. The page begins to fill with words more certain than before. The music stays beside the hand and pours a glow of steady calm across the quiet desk. So effort feels like grace instead of weight or strain. The morning finds its truest tone, not loud, not overstated. The rhythm holds the open hour, created for focus wrapped in light and movement free from haste. A soft, persistent bloom of golden upward swing. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine. Every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the sunlight stays. The rhythm flows. The rhythm flows. A table bathed in light where porcelain softly gleams. The morning leans against the glass and beams that stretch across the wood in patient golden lines. The day begins to breathe in quiet upward way. Steam curls from the waiting cup in gentle rising arcs. It mingles with the sunlight and marks the opening of hours, unhurried and sincere. A quiet promise made without dramatic tone. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano moves in lifted swing, confident yet calm. Each chord unfolding patiently a balm for restless scattered thoughts still waking from the night. It guides them into shape with warmth and clarity. Her alto voice in golden hue, smooth and lightly bright, it floats above the walking bass in light, not pushing toward a peak, but opening the room with gentle upward bloom of steady inspiration. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, the bass continues measured steps, rounded deep assured. It steadies every hopeful chord secured in straightforward drive that never feels too fast, just balanced inner lift for focus morning work. Brush drums scatter feather taps like wind in early leaves. They carry gentle motion with ease. No sudden sharp accent, no restless hurried pace, just shimmering restraint in steady polished swing. Outside, the passing city wakes in softened distant hum, yet here the rhythm holds its glow undone by noise or urgency. A haven made of tone where sunlight meets the page in calm illuminated air. A planner opens to the week, its margins clean and bright. The melody suggests a start so right, where structure meets delight and effort feels composed, encouraged by the flow of steady walking lines. The sunlight climbs a little more, yet keeps its softened grace. It warms the edges of the room and space begins to feel expansive and free of hidden weight. Each bar a gentle rise toward clarity and calm. The chords grow fuller for a breath and settle back again. They color every thoughtful move and then return to lifted swing in balanced glowing tone. No rush toward the end, just presence in the now. A quiet murmur from the room blends softly with the groove. The rhythm sustains its arc and grows in warmth and quiet lift without dramatic strain. Each measure subtle shift, my careful upward swing. The air feels open, bright, alive, as if it learned to glow. The harmony sustains its arc and grows in warmth and quiet lift without dramatic strain. Each measure softly shaped by careful upward swing. The air feels open, bright, alive, as if it learned to glide. The harmony sustains its arc and grows in warmth and quiet lift without dramatic strain. Each measure softly shaped by careful upward swing. The page begins to fill with lines more certain than before. The music stays beside the hand and pours a calm, persistent light across the wooden desk, so work becomes a bloom instead of wait or rush. The morning finds its perfect height, yet never turns too bold. The rhythm holds the open hour in gold. A steady upward flame of focus wrapped in ease, where sunlight crowns the page and blossoms into thought. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here. The table glows, the hours unfold. Notes on quiet wood across the polished grain. A gentle cup releases steam again. In curling silver threads that rise instead of fall, the morning starts to hum a measured, hopeful tone. Golden light along the wall in soft and angled streams. It touches chairs and empty plates like dreams that gather without rush or pressure to perform. A quiet upward breath begins to shape the room. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, the piano steps in easy swing, balanced, sure and light. Each chord unfolding patiently just right for thoughts that start to bloom and stretch toward open air, encouraged by the glow of steady harmony. Her voice arrives in gentle warmth, around it clear, alive. It floats above the walking bass and thrives in brightness, softly held without dramatic climb. A golden line of tone through calm concentration. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here, the bass continues, steady steps, measured, deep, assured. It grounds each hopeful melody secure beneath the lifted chords in balanced upward arc. A subtle guiding pulse for focused morning hours. Brush drums shimmer, feathers soft like light across the leaves. They color every rising bar with ease. No sharp or sudden change, just motion smooth and clear. A steady glowing lift within the gentle swing. Outside the world begins to move in soft and distant waves, but here the rhythm keeps its glow and saves the quiet inner space where inspiration grows. A haven made of tone and sun-washed cafe air. A notebook opens wide and still, its paper bright and clean. The melody suggests a line serene, where scattered thoughts align and settle into flow. The tempo firm but kind and quietly alive. The sunlight climbs across the room, yet never turns too strong. It keeps its gentle upward arc along the polished wooden floor and waiting open page. Each bar a careful bloom of morning into motion. The chords expand then settle back in balance, steady light. They color every hopeful phrase just right, without demanding speed or pushing toward a peak. The swing remains composed and perfectly aware. A quiet clink of porcelain blends softly with the groove. The rhythm feels communal and moves without disturbing calm or breaking concentration. Just subtle shared momentum in luminous cafe tone. The bass and brushes speak in turn in patient dialogue. They build the structure of the day alive, of steady upward steps that guide each careful line, from early hesitation toward gentle clarity. The air feels bright and possible, as if the world reset. The harmony continues warm and set, on lifting steady minds toward thoughtful inspiration. Each measure softly shaped by golden rising swing. A click speakers to fill with words more certain than before. chords more certain than before. The music stays beside the hand and pours a calm, persistent light as focus walked in grace words. Sunlight cross the fields and blossoms into work. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine. Every hour feels like mine when morning blossoms here. The light stays bright, the notes remain. Morning lands an amber light across the window frame. A porcelain cup of quiet steam proclaims the opening of hours in soft and golden hue. The cafe breathes awake without a single rush. Sunlight spills along the floor in patient angled bands. It brushes gently past the chairs and lamps. On pages waiting still for words to take their place. A quiet upward tone begins to fill the air. When morning blossoms here, the air turns bright and clear. Every note begins to rise like sunlight in our eyes. When morning blossoms here, at the pianista Café. The piano leans into the swing, balanced sure and warm, each chord unfolding patiently, encouraging the mind to stretch without restraint, to find its steady path within the lifted groove. Her alto voice in mellow gold, smooth and lightly bright, it threads between the walking bass and light. Not climbing toward a peak, but opening the space with steady upward bloom of thoughtful inspiration. When morning blossoms here, the rhythm draws us near. Every breath begins to flow, every dream begins to glow. When morning blossoms here. The bass continues rounded steps, measured, calm, precise. It grounds each hopeful melody so nice. Beneath the shining chords in balanced rising arc, a subtle guiding pulse for focused morning hours. Fresh drums shimmer feather thin like breeze across the leaves. They frame the steady forward flow with ease. No sharp dramatic break, no restless hurried pace, just luminous restraint in polished cafe swing. Outside the city finds its pace in soft and distant waves, but here the rhythm keeps its glow and saves the quiet inner space where inspiration rests, a haven made of tone and honey-colored light. A journal opens to a page, its paper white and clean. The harmony suggests a start serene, where scattered thoughts align and settle into form. The tempo firm but kind and quietly alive. The sunlight climbs along the wall, yet never turns too strong. It keeps its glowing upward arc along the polished wooden grain and waiting written lines. Each bar a careful bloom of morning into motion. The chords expand for just a breath, then settle back again. just presence in the now. A quiet murmur from nearby blends gently with the groove. The rhythm feels communal and moves without disturbing focus or breaking steady flow. Just subtle shared momentum in radiant cafe air. The bass and brushes intertwine in patient conversation. They hold the structure of the day, a station for every waking thought together and align with measured confidence and gentle forward tone. The air feels bright and promising, as if the world reset. The harmony continues warm and set, lifting steady minds toward clear inspired lines, each measure softly shaped by golden rising swing. The page begins to fill with words more certain than before. The music stays beside the hand and pours a calm, persistent glow across the open desk. So effort feels like bloom instead of strain or rush. The morning finds its truest light, not loud, not overstated. The rhythm holds the open hour, created for focus wrapped in warmth and movement free from haste. A steady shining arc of amber colors swing. When morning blossoms here, the light dissolves all fear. Every step begins to shine, every hour feels like mine. When morning blossoms here, the pages glow.